It's the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Feel the thunder here in the heartland of America.
Four-car battle for the lead out of turn 4. Oh!
To the inside, contact, 4 laps to go.
They're banging sheet metal.
Who's gonna get it at the line? Wow!
What a race.
Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series on MAV TV, Motorsports Network.
Welcome, race fans, to one of those famous racetracks in the country. It is Knoxville Raceway. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network's presentation of one of my favorite series to cover all throughout the year. That is the All-Star Dirt Series. Hello, everyone. My name is Cody Early, ready to bring you an exciting night of dirt track racing. Tonight, no points are involved here at Knoxville Raceway. It is All-Star Night. That's right. Tonight is the All-Star event presented by Joka Graphix. That's right. A entertaining event, to say the least. We're going to have different scenarios all throughout the night. That means we're going to have an invert. We're going to have opportunities for drivers to go to the back, go to the front, and work their way to possibly a big payday here this evening from Knoxville Raceway. Well, where were we the last time we were together? Where we were seeing a very familiar face take the victory, and that is a guy by the name of Matt Sanders. Matt took the win again in Fairbury, which gave him, on the season, if you're keeping track, that gave him 5 wins in 6 races. Now, crazy enough that him and A.J. Renfro are tied for the points standings lead coming into this event. As I mentioned, this is a non-points event, but the points leader, well, one of those points leaders right now is out on the racetrack getting a taste of the dirt here at Knoxville. See if we can't get a good look. That is A.J. Renfro in that 25 machine as he is out working here in hot laps, getting ready. Let's go on board with A.J. There you see a good look at what A.J.'s seeing on the screen right now as we get hot laps underway. Love seeing these NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series. The only time this year you're going to see this series break out these trucks is here in the All-Star Race. There you get a good view right down there on the dirt as they work around this famous Knoxville Raceway. As we get you ready for tonight's All-Star event here from the Knoxville Raceway, you are watching the All-Star Dirt Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for everything E-Speed.
strived for over 35 years to make their name stand out in great customer service and quality work. They know the two go hand in hand. Without the support of Southern Delaware, they could not continue to grow and provide the services they do today. Their welders have many years of experience and are certified in both structural steel and pipe. They're committed to getting the job done right, and that's what makes the difference. Marvels looks forward to working with you and thanks you for the opportunity to show you how they strive to be Southern Delaware's #1 welding shop. Marvels Portable Welding. Find them on Facebook.
Welcome back to Knoxville Raceway, where tonight the Turn 3 Racing Network brings you yet another exciting night of All-Star Dirt Series action. And tonight, uniquely enough, it is actually All-Star Night. Yeah, the halfway point of the season, as tonight we get ready to roll out our All-Star non-points event. It's the first annual Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. $20 to win tonight. And the drivers, you notice a very interesting vehicle out on the track tonight, something you're not going to see anywhere else this season with this series. You're taking a look at the NASCAR Gander trucks. They have broke out these beautiful trucks, and they are going to run this event here tonight. Very unique. Oh, wow. Take a look there at Kinzer Crispin up against the outside retaining wall in that number 11 Toyota Tundra. He'll loop it around. Right now, #1 man on the board right there. One of our co-points leaders, that is A.J. Renfro. Renfro, of course, tying in the points with Matt Sanders, both with 153 points coming in. Of course, Renfro makes his name, or makes his hometown in Hayesville, Kansas, in that number 25 Chevrolet Silverado. Going to see some unique trucks tonight. So far, 7 All-Star Dirt Series competitors are locked in right now as we are less than 4 minutes away from kicking off fast time qualifying. Unique qualifying they have here in the All-Star Dirt Series. See Wesley Fuller there. Looks like he's had a little bit of trouble there off of turn number 2. Looks like he's turned that number 35 pickup around. See if we can't get turned back around. Somebody else on the racetrack I was wanting to look at. There we go. John Cooks. John had a really good run last week at Fairbury. He's got that 62 Silverado. Oh, wait. Yeah, it is a Silverado. I was getting a good look at the front end. Go inside. He's carrying one of our onboard cameras this week. John Crooks there in that 62 truck. Watch him just methodically have to work around this Knoxville Raceway. Unique. You hear the throttle. That's one of the cool things, too. You can't just lay the throttle down in these trucks here. And there's a really good look at the front end of that 62 Silverado of John Crooks. Right now, third quickest on the clock, and here is our points leader, the 24. That is Matt Sanders, co-points leader, I should say. Sanders, of course, out of Brookings, Oregon, driving that Logitech GTR Simulators number 24. 5 wins in 6 races. I mean, if you were in baseball, that's nearly batting 1,000. He's been somewhat perfect, and there's the guy he's tied with in the point standings. Those are the top shooters here tonight as we get ready to count down to tonight's All-Star event. Let's take a look at some track facts. This is the Knoxville Raceway, and a half-mile racetrack. Love this place, by the way, and unique, wide. The racing groove here, you know, you distinctly a lot of times have racing grooves kind of, I would say, kind of spread out. They kind of narrow down to either a high or a low line. Well, here at Knoxville, you're going to get a good look at this entire racetrack. And, of course, you see the turns. This place looks somewhat even on both ends. But a lot of people will say this track is totally different on both ends. So look forward to seeing all that play out tonight here in the All-Star event. Tonight's race, of course, sponsored by TJR, Travis Auto Repair, Upstate Body Shop, and, of course, the title sponsor of tonight's All-Star race, that is Joka Graphix. We get ready. We are counting down. I should say we are beyond ready for All-Star racing here tonight. When we come back, it's time for Fast Time Qualifying. You're watching the All-Star Dirt Series on the Turn 3 Racing Network. is time to see who is going to lay down the fastest laps of the night. It is time for fast time qualifying here from the Knoxville Raceway as we get set for All-Star Racing tonight. And, of course, the unique thing we've talked about here at the opening of the broadcast, we are going to see the Gander RV trucks. That's right, the Truck Series, the NASCAR trucks here in the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge from Knoxville Raceway as we get ready to go for fast time qualifying. Now, the unique thing here in the series when it comes to fast time qualifying is the fact that these trucks will go out one at a time. And right now, 7, now make it 8 fast time trucks. Looks like they are going to get ready to go out, and we will see who is going to be our very first competitor to roll out and go for a fast time qualifying lap. And that first driver that's going to come out looks like it is going to be the 9 of... Well, there we go. Let's see if we couldn't get the 9 of Eric Andrews out. There we go. The driver out of Maryland in the Rays Core Raz Buttons, number 9 Chevrolet Silverado. He'll come out for his very first lap. We'll see exactly what kind of time he can put up as fast time qualifying is officially underway here in the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. Right off the bat, you can see Eric work in the middle. Oh, a little loose there off of 2 as he goes down the back straightaway. Still not wanting to go all the way down to that bottom groove. These trucks run really smooth, about a groove up. First lap for Eric Andrews as he comes off of turn 4. We'll see what the clock says on his very first lap. His first lap, a 22.757. 22.757, so we'll see if Eric can gain anything on lap number 2. Works about a groove higher there off of turn 4. He'll come down the front straightaway for the money lap. We'll see if Andrews can do any better on lap 2. A 22.76. No, a 23.134. 23.134. He will slow down on his second lap, and this will bring out Wesley Fuller. Fuller out of Maryland, Missouri in the Busch Light Gutter Pro, Joka Graphix, Titletown Bar and Grill, number 35. This is Wesley Fuller out on the racetrack. Wesley going to make his first attempt, a 22.76. 22.76, the time to beat. Eric Andrews was the first one to put a time on the board. We'll see what he can do in that 35 machine as he works to the outside. Now, he's running just about that same groove that they were running on their first lap. He comes down the front straightaway. Wesley's first lap. Will it go to the top of the board? It does. Quick time. 22.596. 22.596 for Fuller. He'll go to the top of the board. See what he can do in lap number 2. This lap looks a lot faster. Oh, he's going to fade way out there. It looks like off of turn 4. We'll see if this lap does pick up any more. Lap number 2 for Wesley Fuller. He'll come across the board, and no, he'll slow down with a 22.793, 22.793, but he does go to the top of the board. His best was a 22.69, 22.69. He will go to the top of the board. We'll get ready to roll out our next qualifier, third driver that will be going out on the racetrack. So we wait to see who's going to be our third driver to roll out. Not seeing any takers as of right now. We'll patiently wait to see. Right now, Wesley Fuller's 22.60, 22.60, and it looks like John Crooks. I believe John Crooks may fire up his 62, and he will do so. John, of course, last week in the 410 Sprint Cars at Fairbury had a really solid run. He comes into this event 4th in points, 2 points behind our third-place points guy right now, Kinzer Chrisman. 125 to 123. This will be the 62 of John Crooks out of Evansville, Indiana, in the CMG FX Crooks Motorsports 62. We mentioned in the pre-race, Crooks is going to have one of our in-car cameras. Why don't you say we jump on board? Let's go inside as we take a look at his very first lap around the Knoxville Raceway. Now, he's going to suck it all the way down to the bottom. He's going to work that cushion on the inside. Yeah, I said that. The cushion on the inside, that dirt berm. And he's going to get a little closer than anybody has so far. So we'll see what he can do on lap number 1. He roars off of turn number 4. His first lap up on the board, 22.60 the time to beat. He does not. 22.84, third quickest for John Crooks. We'll see if he can go up any more here on lap number 2. Crooks through the bottom. He'll work to the outside. Fades it out against that outside retaining wall. Crooks' second lap. Looking to try to beat that 22.84. He does. He goes 22.74, but still not enough to knock off Wesley Fuller. That 22.60 still atop of the speed chart. So 3 drivers have taken time trials so far, and it is still Wesley Fuller, as it looks like we may fire up the driver who currently sets third in the All-Star Dirt Series points. That's going to be Kinzer Chrisman. Chrisman, he is in a Toyota, the only Toyota Tundra in the field tonight. Chrisman in that 11X out of St. John's, Kansas, in the Contender Esports. Chrisman Race Engines, 5-star graphics. Davis Electric, number 11X, Kinzer Chrisman. Take a look at that sharp ride. That Toyota Tundra looks really nice off of turn 4. There's a really good look as it dives down in to turns 1 and 2, working that middle groove. Now it looks like Chrisman's going to work a little higher off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. That Tundra just searching for grip. That's the key. Try to find that grip. And there's a really good look right at the front end of that Toyota Tundra. We'll see exactly what he can pull off. As high above the Knoxville Raceway. This is the view I've got for you tonight. Kinzer Chrisman's first lap. Second quickest. He goes 22.72. 22.72. Oh, check that. They say 22.71. 22.71. So quicker on the overall time, and this time he goes way high in 3 and 4. Interesting to see if he'll be able to pick up any momentum off of that. Second lap for Chrisman comes across. He cannot improve. He goes 22.630. 22.630 for Chrisman's second quick. So Wesley Fuller hanging tough out of Maryville, Missouri right now in that 35 truck. He is atop of the board, and we will see who will be our next driver to jump out to take quick time. And I believe it may just be one of our co-points leaders. It is the driver who's been red hot this season. 5 wins in 6 races. No points on the line tonight, but you got to know this guy is still hunting for bragging rights. That is Matt Sanders. Matt Sanders from Brookings, Oregon in the Logitech GTR Simulators number 24. This is Matt Sanders. Sanders also carrying one of our in-truck cameras here tonight in the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. He goes straight down to the bottom of that racetrack, right up on that big berm of dirt. And that thing is not forgiving. You catch a spoiler on that, you're going to feel it all the way around the bottom of the racetrack. Sanders dives really low in turn 3 and fades it out wide off of turn number 4. His first time, looking to beat a 22.60. 22.60. His first lap. Ooh, fourth quickest. 22.75. 22.75. Fourth fastest. Can Sanders pick up right now? That 22.60 of Wesley Fuller looking pretty solid. Sanders off of 4, coming to lap number 2. Going to put this in the book. Looked like he bobbled there a little in 3. Is it going to be enough? Second quickest. How about 22.61? Wow. 1/100th of a second off of that top spot. 22.61 for Sanders. And that is going to bring out A.J. Renfro. A.J. Renfro, the only driver on the tour this year to have a win other than Matt Sanders. He's going to bring out that number 25 machine, A.J. Renfro, out of Haynesville, Kansas. The Contender Esports, Chrisman Racing Engines, 5-star graphics, Davis Electric, number 25 of A.J. Renfro. Renfro looking to beat that 22.60 Wesley. Oh, way up on that inside berm. Yeah, you see exactly what that does. It messes up the entire turn for these trucks if they catch that berm. I don't see any damage there to the splitter, but Renfro's first lap may be slowed because of him hugging that berm. We'll see if his lap time... No, he goes quick time. Wow, quick time. 22.56. How in the world did Renfro pull out the speed? He had the nose of that pickup truck up on that berm, and he still goes to the top of the board with a 22.56. Can he improve on lap number 2? He does! 22.37. So A.J. Renfro, wow, got way up on that berm and still was able to walk away with a fast time. He'll bump Wesley Fuller down to second. And that is going to bring up, no, doesn't look like Jeremy Buechner is going to take time. So that is going to wrap up our fast time qualifying. Wow. A.J. Renfro goes atop of the board, and he is going to set the quick time as we get ready to jump into, I do believe, our heat race. Heat race action here tonight at the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. Take a look at that starting lineup here for our heat race. It'll be the 25 of A.J. Renfro, who just set fast time. To his outside, a guy that just came just a hair close of getting the fast time, Wesley Fuller in that 35 truck. To the inside of row number 2, it'll be the number 24. Out of Oregon, it'll be Matt Sanders. To his outside, row number 2, it'll be the 11 of Kinzer Chrisman. To the inside of row number 3, it'll be the 62 of John Crooks. Eric Andrews in that number 9 truck. He'll set to his outside out of Maryland. To the inside of row number 4, that is going to be Jeremy Buechner. If Buechner can get that truck fired up, we'll see what he can do, as that will wrap up the qualifying order, and we get ready to go racing here in our heat race. Once again, we appreciate you being with us here on a Thursday night. This, of course, is the All-Star Dirt Series. If you haven't watched us so far, last week, of course, Fairbury, the first time we got a chance to be with you here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're going to see 6 of the best go at it here as we get ready to roll out our heat race. They line them up there behind that Toyota, or rather, I should say, the Chevrolet Silverado pace truck. I was going to say Toyota because only one Toyota in the field tonight, and there you see it, that number 11 truck. That is Kinzer Chrisman out of St. John's, Kansas, in the 11X truck. Beautiful designs on these, and I'm definitely loving the Wesley Fuller machine. You've got to love the Busch Light 35 as we get ready to pull out these race trucks out onto the racetrack for our heat race. Unique format tonight, a little different than what we normally see. Of course, qualifying in the books, a 10-lap heat, then a 60-lap feature. Now, we're going to have breaks at 20 and 40, and, of course, possibly do some moving around. And that being in the invert, so we'll see how things shake out. As right off the bat, A.J. Renfro, Wesley Fuller get pulled out onto the racetrack here at Knoxville Raceway. It is Heat 1. 10 laps going to go on the board. We'll get the starting lineup set for tonight's feature, the All-Star Dirt Series. By the way, if you like what you're seeing, make sure you join us next week. We are going to be in the Big Block Modifieds. That's right, next week, March the 11th, we'll be at Eldora Speedway, New Weston, Ohio. The Big Block Modifieds, that'll be the next points race. As we mentioned earlier in the broadcast tonight, no points on the line tonight. Bragging rights and a $20 check to whoever takes home this all-star event presented by Joka Graphix here at the Knoxville Raceway. 6 trucks out on the racetrack. If you take a look at them, 1 Ford, 1 Toyota. That leaves 4 Chevrolet Silverados as they follow the iRacing Silverado pace truck, which is getting ready to dive down in to pit road as we get ready to start things. 10 laps will go on the board. We'll get ready to start the feature lineup for tonight's main event for the All-Star Dirt Series. That iRacing pace truck getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn. There we go. There you see those 6 trucks. They'll wait. They'll creep closer and closer to the line. Green flag's out. Good jump down into turn number 1 for A.J. Renfro. He's going to get a solid start. They stack up 2 by 2 behind Matt Sanders. It's Chrisman. It's Fuller. Fuller, all kinds of trouble there. Gets shook up. He's going to drop back to 4th. Renfro holding on to that lead. Sanders now starting to apply just a little bit of pressure down the back straightaway. There you get a good look at that 25 machine. Let's go inside the cockpit of one of our co-points leaders right now. This is inside of Matt Sanders' pickup truck as he tries to run down our leader right now, A.J. Renfro, who, 2 thousandths of a second out-qualified the field. Sanders there working to the outside. You get a good look down the front straightaway. Kinzer Chrisman there. Wesley Fuller, who started on the outside of the front row, he's going to work way high over in 1 and 2. He's going to have to bring it back down as there you get a good look. See the Sprint Car Hall of Fame there on the back straightaway. Fuller now works right up to the back bumper of John Crooks. Crooks and Fuller right now, the best battle on the racetrack that we got here in our heat race. Start to see those laps kind of tick away as we will pull up the Turn 3 Racing Network board up at the top of your screen. 7 laps to go on the screen right now. That's the 62 of John Crooks. That's the 35 of Wesley Fuller. Fuller had somewhat of a bad restart. That's got him stuck back here in 5th. And they're all playing follow the leader right now, and that leader is A.J. Renfro. There you see him in that 25 Chevrolet Silverado. A good look at that machine. As they hum down the back straight, man, this gets you up close and personal. Yeah, look right in there. You can see A.J. working the wheel in that 25 machine. Coming to the line this time, looking for 5 laps to go here in our 10-lap heat. Oh, and he gets a little squirrely. He might have got in there on the berm. Doesn't slow him down any. If you watched in qualifying, he caught that berm, and he actually got quicker. Totally went against everything that I was saying leading into qualifying, so we'll see. Second place, Sanders. Third place, there you see Kinzer Chrisman, John Crooks, Wesley Fuller. They all work down the back straightaway. Right now, Eric Andrews settling in back here in 6th. Love that 9 machine. Cool look on that Chevrolet Silverado as we watch them roll around the racetrack. Good look there at our leader, A.J. Renfro. Right now coming to 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go, and still about a little over a second now lead for Renfro over Sanders. Sanders really not able to gain any ground on the back of that 25 truck for the moment. Smooth all the way across the bottom of the racetrack for A.J. Renfro as he is on cruise control. Next time by will be the white flag. Popsicle sticks in the air this time by. There, see, goes right up on that cushion. Now, I've seen the late models do that, and it not really affect anything. So maybe that's the reason why we're seeing the trucks kind of allow that to happen and it not disrupt the trucks as much. But right now, here comes A.J. Renfro. He's got the white flag this time. Seeing them dive off into turn 1, you see some big gaps across the racetrack. Everybody kind of spread out, filling the racetrack out for sure. But right now the spotlight is on the number 25, A.J. Renfro, coming in here as a part of the points lead. And out of turn number 4, he is going to pick up the heat win here at the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. He is going to pick up the win in our 10-lap heat. And that will get us set up for our starting lineup. We're going to take a brief intermission, and we'll be right back. It's go time. It's the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge from Knoxville Raceway. We'll have it for you coming up.
When it rains, it drains. Call Houston Guttering for commercial or residential guttering work. With over 20 years experience, owner and operator Kerry Houston can take care of you. Plus, they give free estimates, repairs on 5 and 6-inch gutters, window screens, blown attic insulation. They take care of you with all work guaranteed. Call 931-267-5803. That's 931-267-5803. Or check them out on Facebook. In Middle Tennessee, there's only one name to know. That's Houston Guttering. Call them today.
Welcome back to Knoxville Raceway, where we are getting ready for the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. It is the All-Star Dirt Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. The midway point of the season, non-points event tonight. But I'm telling you what, this is going to be exciting. I love to see these trucks come to the dirt. And the guy that I got with me now, we're going to reach down into the pits, is AJ Renfro. Man, 10-lap heat race, pretty much showed a little muscle there. Talk about these trucks on the dirt. What kind of handful do you have out there?
Oh, it's a struggle. There's nothing else in the game that drives like this. I don't think I've ever been full throttle doing this since we ran a couple practice races. Like I said, I don't think I've had the foot to the floor once.
Well, man, a lot more laps getting ready to go out there. A 60-lap feature tonight. Big difference, you think, in that amount of laps considered the 10 you just put in?
We haven't really slicked the track off too much when we've been practicing, so I'm interested to see if maybe the line will move up, but I'm not 100% sure how the truck's going to act on the slicks. So it's going to be interesting, that's for sure.
All right, man. We'll wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of the night.
Yep, thanks, man.
There you go. Fastest in qualifying, our heat winner, AJ Renfro, coming in here, splitting the points lead, coming into this event here this evening, the All-Star event. Of course, we are at the Knoxville Raceway. Take a look there. Not a bad night, 73 degrees, absolutely loving the temps. And he made a good comment with only 6 trucks. This track has really stayed somewhat tacky, which that's going to be a good thing as they are out there right now trying to run some laps in. Of course, this track it'll roll over from every time these trucks are out on the racetrack. As we get a good look at some of the drivers that are out there right now. Of course, these drivers all trying to get some final preparations in. You see Eric Andrews out there at that 9 truck trying to get things dialed in for the main event. We mentioned 60 laps will make up the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge, and they're going to take a break at 20 and 40, which is going to break it up simply throughout the race. So interesting to see if any of those competition cautions, as they call them, kind of change the game a little bit. We'll just have to wait and see. There you see Matt Sanders, co-points leader, out on the racetrack working with Wesley Fuller. I think Wesley wants to get things dialed in. Had a really good qualifying effort. Just not a lot to show for it in that heat race, as ran into a little bit of trouble there, a little bobble on the start. But we are counting down to green. That's right, green in tonight's main event. The Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge is coming up. You're watching the All-Star Dirt Series on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Are you wanting your business to stand out? Well, now is the time to get torqued. Torque Graphics in Greenville is your one-stop shop for everything in the graphic design world. Josh Myers can take your business to the next level. Torque Graphics specializes in screen printing for your business, your hobby, or just you. Torque Graphics can even take care of all your motorsports needs. For top quality products, affordable pricing, and great customer service, call Torque Graphics today. At Marvel's Portable Welding Incorporated, they've strived for over 35 years to make their name stand out in great customer service and quality work. They know the two go hand in hand. Without the support of Southern Delaware, they could not continue to grow and provide the services they do today. Their welders have many years of experience and are certified in both structural steel and pipe. They're committed to getting the job done right, and that's what makes the difference. Marvels looks forward to working with you and thanks you for the opportunity to show you how they strive to be Southern Delaware's #1 welding shop. Marvels Portable Welding.
In motorsports, knowledge and horsepower matter. With Vic Hill Race Engines, you get both. From carrying Berkey and Brady Smith to their final wins to off-road stars like Jeremy McGrath, Mayan Spaccarelli, and Jeff Seifert. Vic Hill engines are for everyone. Just ask local drivers Jason Trammell, Greg Estes, and Chris Combs. The experience of 25 years behind the wheel and under the hood is what you get when buying one of their engines. From turnkey race cars to custom suspension setups, they do everything in shop. As Vic himself says, winning is the goal. Good relationships with our customers is how it happens. Visit VicHillRaceEngines.com on the web right now for more information.
There you see the fireworks going off. It is All-Star Nights here for the All-Star Dirt Series. Cody Early with you, Turn 3 Racing Network coverage. Let's get the starting grid set for tonight's main event. And it's going to go like this. Wesley Fuller, well, I'm seeing the qualifying lineup. Let's see if we can't dial that in, get a good race lineup. No, maybe not. Well, I'll give you the lineup. It's going to be Wesley Fuller on the outside of the front row. Eric Andrews inside of row 1. Row number 2 will be Kinzer Chrisman, John Crooks. And in row number 3, this ought to be fun. Let's take our fastest guys we've seen so far and stick them to the tail end of the field. And let's see what they can do. There you see fireworks still going off here at the Knoxville Raceway. It is All-Star Night. No points on the line, simply just a $20 check at the end of the night. Money. That's what tonight's race is all about. It'll be a 60-lap feature. We'll stop at 20 and we'll stop at 40. iRacing Chevrolet Silverado Pace Truck going to dive onto pit road. It'll be Andrews. It'll be Fuller. The green flag and the flashbulbs are out here at Knoxville. There you see them. 2, 3. Well, why not? All 4 of their front 4 under a blanket off of turn number 2. Andrews will lead the charge down the back straightaway with Wesley Fuller second. And don't look now, but Matt Sanders is already up to third. Side by side, look at this battle here for 4th and 5th. Crooks and Chrisman. And now all 6 of these trucks are under a blanket. Front to back, side by side. Take a look. Let's go inside of that 24 of Matt Sanders. You see him work from the 3rd spot following Wesley Fuller in that Busch Light 35. Man, a really good look inside of this 24 truck as they come off of turn 4. Sanders off of 4 as you see them come into turn 1. And this field has stayed somewhat intact. Lap number 3 is what we work here from the Knoxville Raceway. 3 wide. 3 wide off of turn 3 and in the middle. Oh, and it's going to push Andrews up high, wide, and handsome. It's going to knock him completely out of the racing groove. And John Crooks has benefited from that. He has found himself all the way up into that 2nd spot. Kinzer Chrisman, let's go inside that number 11X machine. That's the first time all night I feel like I've heard Kinzer just completely come out of the throttle. That's exactly what he did. He just come completely out of the throttle, diving into 3 and 4 as they put lap number 5 on the board. Once again, we'll have a competition caution coming out at lap 20. And, man, all 6 of these trucks are pretty much under a blanket, at least the top 5, as Sanders starts to make a move on Chrisman. 2 by 2 in the front. Chrisman swings way out. Sanders tucks to the inside. Looks like we're going to see Crooks make a move. Oh, Chrisman gets a little bobble. That's going to open the door for A.J. Renfro. Renfro's not really went anywhere. Him and Sanders started on that back row. He's been mirrored back here in 5th since the green flag dropped. And right now he is following Matt Sanders and Kinzer Chrisman, who have a side-by-side battle. That is for 3rd and 4th. Those 2 have been side-by-side for the last 2 laps. It is out of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. There you see our leader. That is Wesley Fuller. Fuller in that 35 Busch Light Ford F-150, the only Ford in the event. You want to talk about the Blue Oval fans celebrating right now. That Blue Oval is leading the way. Good ground view as they come off of turn 2 and roar down the back straightaway. A little bit of damage there. I was seeing, and I thought I seen that out of the corner of my eye. A little damage on the right front fender of that Matt. Oh, and there you see Chrisman get into the outside wall. I don't know if that damage to the outside of that number 24 truck, if that's from hitting the wall or that contact with Chrisman earlier. But you definitely see some damage to the front of that 24 truck as they work off a turn number 4, coming to the front straightaway, looking to put lap number 10 halfway in this first segment. So far, green flag racing here in the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. Top 3 have now started to pull things away as A.J. Renfro gets underneath of Kinzer Chrisman. Don't know if that 11X is starting to see the handle go away from that Toyota Tundra, but he has fell back all the way to the 5th spot. Sanders and Crooks, I feel like we had this battle last week at Fairbury. Let's go ahead and jump inside of that John Crooks machine. There he is, all in the back bumper of that Logitech number 24. Oh, it may be a little shot in the shorts going into turn 3, and they are all following Wesley Fuller right now. That 35 truck has just looked sharp so far here in this event. Oh, everybody's up into the outside retaining wall. One thing about these trucks, they will take a beating. I mean, they will literally take a beating all the way around this racetrack. That is one good thing about these Gander RV, or shall I call it now, I guess Camping World trucks. They swapped the name once again. Seems like we was just calling them that a few years ago. Lap number 13 goes on the board. Cruising into this first segment. Lap 20, the competition caution should come out. And then we'll do that again at lap 40. Fuller still continuing to hang on the lead, but man, oh man, he has got a rear view mirror of our co-points leader. That is Matt Sanders, and there you see Sanders working all into the inside of that Ford F-150 of Wesley Fuller, not wanting to shake him up too much. Still a lot of racing to go, but Sanders is definitely on the prowl. There you see Fuller force that truck down into turn 3 and 4. He's going to go way wide down the front straightaway. Might be enough to give Sanders a run, and it is. Sanders will go to the bottom. 24 goes to P1. Sanders will go to the top spot. He will jump out in front of Wesley Fuller as we take a look. Great view here from the Knoxville Raceway, and Sanders is not going to go away too far. Wesley Fuller's going to stay right there. Crooks is in second. Renfro now, good run for him in this first segment from 6th all the way up to that 4th spot. Oh, a little bobble there from Crooks. Going to give Renfro that 3rd spot. And this time, 17 laps on the board. 17 laps on the board, expecting that competition caution to come out at lap 20. Competition caution should come out at lap 20. And we're going to invert the field, possibly. We'll see. It is the All-Star event, right? I mean, you got to do something like that. We'll see if that happens when they come to a conclusion. 2 laps to go here in the second, number 1. Sanders out front, Wesley Fuller second, A.J. Renfro third, John Crooks fourth, Kinzer Crispin round out the top 5, Eric Andrews in that 6th spot. There you see them work their way around turn 4, coming to the white flag in this segment, segment 1. Next week, big block modifieds at Eldora. We hope you join us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network next week. Big block modifieds at the Eldora Speedway. Always love that place. Out of turn number 4, Matt Sanders will see the caution flag fly. We'll see if it does fly. It should as we hit lap 20. Competition caution. No. Yes, there it is. I was hoping that we were going to stick to that. And I know that was the initial plan, but there you see the guy in charge here in segment number 1, Matt Sanders. Sanders, of course, the points leader coming in, him and A.J. Renfro. Renfro will be 3rd right behind Wesley Fuller. And there you see a good look at your top 3. We'll see if we get these drivers to pull in, see if the All-Star Dirt Series official is going to give an opportunity, maybe do maybe a pit stop, or we line it back up and get going. By the way, we do want to thank you for joining us tonight. It is the All-Star Dirt Series right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge, the first annual All-Star Challenge. We want to thank Joka Graphix and, of course, all the official sponsors of the All-Star Dirt Series. All right, iRacing Pace struck out there. You see, of course, Wesley Fuller had a really good segment 1. Really good segment 1 for sure. We'll see exactly how this thing shakes out for him. Let's go high above. Well, it's somewhat high above. There we go. The chopper cam as they get ready to stack up 2 by 2. So it looks like we will not invert the field. It'll be Sanders. It'll be Fuller. It'll be Renfro, Crooks, Crispin, and then another good chance for Eric Andrews to kind of get up into the mix. Truck's been a little bit off tonight in that number 9 Chevrolet, just somewhat a little outside as far as the handling for what I think he wants on that 9 truck. But you never know. There's still a lot of racing to go. We'll have another competition caution coming up, lap 40, and we'll line him up again. Splitting this thing up into 20-lap segments. Love that. As looks like that iRacing pace truck trying to tell. I think the lights are out on that iRacing Chevrolet Silverado. Yes, they are. We got a good look there from the Turn 3 Racing Network camera. They'll creep down into 3 and 4. 20 more laps going to go on the board. Segment number 2, the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. It's the All-Star Dirt Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Pace truck takes that hard left. We see the field, and Sanders is back on the gas. Sanders back on the throttle down in turn 1. And, oh, man, A.J. Renfro right up on the cushion, and Wesley Fuller is working to his outside, and that is a good battle off of turn 2. Renfro in that third spot. Let's go inside of the Renfro number 25 machine. There you see that windshield already covered up in dirt as he works from that third spot. And that's the thing. You're back here in third. You're back here in fourth. That windshield's starting to get really dirty real quick. And it isn't like a late model. You know, you've got that late model where you can do the tear-off on the windshield. You don't have that opportunity in these trucks. You got whatever you got unless you want to pull in and take a pit and get a tear off of the actual windshield. So that's something to keep in mind. You're starting to see some heavy dirt piling up on the front. Check out the front grille of A.J. Renfro's truck. Interesting to see if that's going to cause any heating or not. But man, let's not worry about that right now. We are 2 by 2. That's the second through fourth battle on your screen. Wesley Fuller, A.J. Renfro, John Crooks, and Kinzer Chrisman giving you a show here on All-Star Thursday night. Matt Sanders has got to be loving this. Man, they are all over each other for this second through fourth battle. Side by side there for the second spot. Good look at him roaring off of turn 4. And in the meantime, Matt Sanders has just said, y'all have fun. I'm going to check out. You see that 24 truck working off of turn number 4. He's coming down the back straightaway. Hey, you know what? I'm going to get a good look at Kinzer Chrisman here. Let's go inside with our Toyota Tundra cam and check the, whoa, up on the berm again. A.J. Renfro has just made a living getting up on that inside cushion. Crooks right there in that 62, just in front of Chrisman, and man, they are all over each other. Second place through fourth, putting on a show here at Knoxville. I'm telling you what, these four have been, Renfro does it again. And that time the truck got all kinds of crazy, and John Crooks is going to get a really good run. He's going to go to the inside here in 3 and 4, and A.J. Renfro is going to push that truck right up into the door panel of Wesley Fuller. No contact. Looks like they're going to keep it straight. Renfro, Fuller, Crooks, Chrisman, and you got to think that Eric Andrews is just sitting there saying, all right, guys, you keep doing this, you're going to have a 5-truck battle. Renfro and and around goes Crooks. Crooks goes around. You had to be wondering if that was going to happen. No caution yet. Crooks got loose. I don't know if he had a little help or he just got sideways, but man, oh man, the caution does not come out. And that's going to put Crooks way behind the 8 ball, and that's going to shake up that battle, or that 4-truck battle. That was for the second spot, but A.J. Renfro and Wesley Fuller said, hey, you know, we're still close enough. Let's battle it out. Coming to 10 laps to go here in segment number 2. Fuller now has decided to take his Ford F-150 to the high side of the racetrack, the only Ford in the event. Here this evening, he's battling one of the 4 Chevrolet Silverados. A.J. Renfro, they're in that 25 truck. 10 laps to go here in segment number 2. Renfro got to the bottom, definitely messed up the line of Wesley Fuller. Fuller had to regroup. He's going to get a good run off of 2. He's going to pull about a car length and put lap number 31 on the board. 31 of the 60 that make up the event here tonight. Segment number 2, now 9 laps to go. And they've all been following this guy. He has just simply been out front taking care of his equipment, and surprised he's even got any dirt on the front of that 24 truck. Just a smooth ride right now for one half of our points leaders. Matt Sanders, there you see inside of that 24 truck. Oh, when he gets up against that outside retaining wall, I said he was taking care of it. I don't know if that classifies as taking care of it or not, but yeah, as you see, no real damage done to that 24 truck, and now that battle for second has kind of died down. As look here, AJ Renfro now second. We got our top two in points. Saying the cream of the crop always rises. Well, the top two, which started on the back row, they started 5th and 6th in this segment. Here they are 1-2 once again, 33 in of our 60 to make up the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge here from Knoxville Raceway. Starting to see this track kind of slick off. I've noticed that, and I've noticed Sanders kind of changing his line. Is it allowing AJ Renfro to catch? Well, he's 1 second behind him right now. We'll see if that changes. See if that changes any this next time by. Looks like Sanders will gain actually almost a half a second on him that time. Across the line? No, still about a 1 second gap. Is now 26 laps to go in the event. 26 laps to go in the event. As we keep getting closer to actually 6 laps away from a competition caution once again. I'm almost certain they'll invert them. They'll either invert them or leave them the same. There's only two options, right? As Sanders now has completely taken a new line. He has decided to take that 24 Silverado to the high side. Renfro still feeding off of the bottom. AJ Renfro still feeding off of the bottom of the racetrack. As there you see that 24 truck. You get a really good look at him as he works around this racetrack. He's kept that Silverado somewhat clean. But that front grille starting to really show some mud. Just curious to see if that's going to cause any overheating at all. As you take a good look there to the left of your screen of the scoreboard, it's Sanders, it's Renfro, Fuller, Chrisman, Andrews, and Crooks. The 6 drivers we have out on the racetrack right now. There's Wesley Fuller in that 3rd spot. Man, he's had a real solid night in that Busch Light Ford F-150. Showed some speed early, but does he have anything left as we head into the final segment as we come to 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go out of turn number 4. 2 laps remaining here in segment number 2. Now make it the white flag. Now Renfro has gained a little ground. AJ Renfro has closed that gap on Sanders just a little. I don't know if that high line's working so well. Out of turn number 4. Competition caution going to wave for Matt Sanders once again. That 24 Logitech truck. Segment 1, put a check beside the box. Segment 2, you can put a check beside the box. Matt Sanders has went 2 for 2 here in our segments tonight from Knoxville Raceway. I mean, just dominating this season, and anything he's been in has been Matt Sanders piloting the 24 Logitech GTR simulators out of Brookings. I think it's Brookings. Yeah, I think I said Brooklings during the starting lineup, but the Brookings, Oregon driver in that 24 Silverado. You see him kind of working back and forth. How much you want to do that or not? You want to save some of those tires? Evidently, he's not worried about it right now. 20 laps to go. Winner of segment 1, winner of segment 2. We'll see if the All-Star Dirt Series officials will leave them like they are, or will they invert them. Another opportunity to tell you thank you so much for spending your Thursday night with us. It's the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is, of course, halfway point of the season for the All-Star Dirt Series. And, of course, you can see the rest of the season right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Next week, Big Block Modifieds. That's right, the Big Block Modifieds from Eldora Speedway. Catch all the racing action right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It looks like Sanders may be coming in to take a pit. Yes, he is. Looks like the entire field is going to come to pit road. Entire field going to come to pit road. I would think maybe some fuel, maybe even some tires. We'll see. There you see all 6 competitors going to pit road. 40 laps in the books. We got 20 to go. That looked like a fuel stop only. That looked like everybody's going to take fuel only. And I see John Crooks. He rolls out onto the racetrack. Judging by Sanders and judging by what I'm seeing A.J. Renfro, I think we're going to flip the field here. Yeah, it looks like we're going to invert the field, and this should roughly put Eric Andrews and John Crooks should be on the front row when we get ready to go back racing for our final segment. Should be right, if I'm guessing. We'll have 20 laps to go as they're going to have to get caught back up. The iRacing Silverado Pace Truck wastes no time. Look at this beautiful facility. This is one of the unique gems across the United States. If you ever get the opportunity to go dirt track racing, or you ever get the opportunity to just get out to Knoxville Raceway, you see some of the sights and sounds around this place. Absolutely beautiful. All the time, this place is always well taken care of. And tonight, lights are out on the iRacing Silverado Pace Truck, which means he's going to turn left. We'll see if we're going to stack them back up. We'll see if they let them go green. And yes, they do. It will be a good start. John Crooks, Kinzer Chrisman, Eric Andrews, top three. Final 20 laps from Knoxville. Man, take a look on the inside at A.J. Renfro. He got a humongous burst of steam out of turn 2, and Matt Sanders finds himself last. Wesley Fuller shuts the door on him. A.J. Renfro wasted no time trying to get to the bottom. He's up to third. Let's go inside of that Sanders, number 24, as he tries to sort through this traffic. Working the high side outside of Fuller, trying to stay there. Man, Andrews is up there. Man, you see him work the wheel off of turn number 4. Nowhere to go for Sanders right now. He is locked in a box as the top two start to pull away. Crooks, Chrisman out of nowhere. A Chevrolet, a Toyota leading the way, and right back here is where the battle's at. Oh, Fuller's all over the place. Fuller was wide off of 2. Maybe some contact. Not sure where that contact came from. But man, oh man, Wesley Fuller had his hands full out of turn number 2, and now can A.J. Renfro and Matt Sanders make up the ground that John Crooks and Kinzer Chrisman have put up. You see a good look at the gap. You see him work out of turn 3 and 4. Right now, lap time-wise, they're almost identical lap times. If that's the case, you wouldn't think that A.J. Renfro and Matt Sanders can gain any ground, but Chrisman now goes to the bottom. Crooks goes to the high side. Oh, a little bit of a dip into the inside curb there for Chrisman. That's going to put him at least 4 car lengths behind John Crooks. Right now, Crooks has the advantage in that 62 machine. John Crooks in the 62 out of Evansville, Indiana, in the CMGFX Crooks Motorsports 62, currently showing the way. As Chrisman in second, A.J. Renfro not really able to do anything from that third spot, and Sanders looks like he might have clipped the outside retaining wall. This is that moment in the race. You try pushing the issue. You try getting to the throttle. Oh, and Sanders is up into that outside retaining wall, that time off of 2, and that 24 truck struggling here in the late goings with 14 laps to go, but that 62 is not. John Crooks showing the way. Kinzer Chrisman second. A.J. Renfro has ranked up to third, but these two right here have taken advantage of track position off of that invert and have put themselves in a really good spot here as coming to 12 laps to go. A unique line that time. I caught Chrisman as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at that inside of that Toyota Tundra in-car camera, shall I say in-truck camera. Take a look right here. Here we go. Chrisman now trying to run down our leader all the way up to that bumper. We're talking about he's there. Oh, and Chrisman looks like he almost looped it. Had his hands full out of turn 2. That truck looked like it was parallel with the infield wall, and that cost him about 2 car lengths, but he still could not allow A.J. Renfro to catch up. So third place right now, you may be out of the money now if you're in third. We'll see. AJ's not been able to do anything from that third spot. He's not gained any ground at all as we come to 10 laps to go. 2 handfuls of laps here in the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge from Knoxville Raceway. We're down to single digits. John Crooks out front in that 62. Kinzer Chrisman second. A.J. Renfro there in the 25 and third. Matt Sanders has came back to fourth. Wesley Fuller in fifth. And Eric Andrews there in that 9 truck running in the 6th spot. Interesting to see this groove now has officially moved up. Everybody is trying to work that middle to high side of the racetrack where earlier tonight everybody was running right there against that infield berm. Still watching these drivers work the bottom, and A.J. Renfro has started to make a little ground now on second place. I didn't think he was gaining any ground at all, but he is now starting to put some pressure on the back of Kinzer Chrisman, and he's doing so with 8 laps to go. You see that interval is almost the same from first to second to third. Really good run off of 4 and down the front straightaway. 7 laps to go. If you're John Crooks, you're just wanting to be perfect. Don't look in that rear view mirror because he's got A.J. Renfro coming, and it looks like he's coming in a hurry. He's down all the way to the back bumper of that Toyota Tundra as we go inside of the 25 of A.J. Renfro. Down the front straightaway, working now with 6 laps to go. No mirrors allowed here in the All-Star Dirt Series. You notice that mirror blacked out. Not able to use them because you can't use those in a normal dirt car. So not allowed to have them here tonight. Oh, and Chrisman bobbles. You seen there. A.J. Renfro had to make a decision whether to stay in or back out, and it looked like he came out of the throttle as he goes way high in 1 and 2. That may be the highest we've seen anybody hit that turn so far, but he can't get any momentum on Chrisman. Top 3 now, coming to 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go here in the All-Star Challenge presented by Joka Graphix. Chrisman has got within about a truck length on the back tailgate of that 62, but he's not been able to do anything with him. Coming to 3 laps to go this time. Let's go on board that 11X of Kinzer Chrisman. See if he can do anything with John Crooks right now, who shows the way. Oh, and Chrisman gets up into that outside retaining wall. You can see the eyes there. You can see in the corner of your screen there, Chrisman did jump the berm. Chrisman working the wheel. He's got a tailgate full of A.J. Renfro, and John Crooks is getting a lot smaller out the front windshield. There you see the 62 machine, trying to be the 3rd different driver to get a checkered flag in the 2021 All-Star Dirt Series season. Points not on the line tonight, but bragging rights to pick up a win. And out of turn number 4, white flag will fly this time by. White flag in the air. White flag in the air for the Evansville, Indiana driver. CMGFX on that truck. Crooks Motorsports on that truck. And for the 3rd time in 2021, a different driver is going to go to victory lane. This time, it's going to be a driver by the name of John Crooks. Crooks out of turn 4. He's going to win the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge from Knoxville Raceway. Crooks in that 62 truck took advantage of that last segment caution, and he was able to put that machine out on the front, and there you see him having a little fun in 3 and 4. And he was able to take that truck and put it in victory lane. See what kind of celebration we get out of that 62. Let's see if he'll burn it down. Is he going to do any donuts? He's going to try. No, I believe he's going to park it. All right, well, hey, we'll come back with our post-race interviews here from Knoxville. Top 3 finishers. It's John Crooks. It's Kinzer Chrisman. It's A.J. Renfro.
I race
racing. You wanted the best. You got them 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt. The World of Outlaws.
Presents the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
Feel the thunder here in the heartland of America.
4-car battle for the lead out of turn 4. Oh,
To the inside, contact, 4 laps to go.
they're banging sheet metal.
Who's gonna get it at the line? Wow.
What a race.
Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series on MAV TV, Motorsports Network.
Well, tonight did not disappoint. 6 of the best All-Star Dirt Series drivers went at it in a 60-lap main event with 3 segments, and it did not disappoint. Tonight we were able to see our 3rd different driver go to victory lane this season, and we will talk with our winner coming up in moments. Right now we'll go down to the main straightaway as we talk with our 3rd place finisher tonight in the 25, AJ Renfro. AJ, man, qualifying in the heat racing looked like this truck was on cue, but that last invert kind of puts you behind the 8 ball late and just not enough laps and not enough time to recover.
Yeah, I was kind of leery of the invert thing. I mean, I had the best truck, and it should have won, but I guess maybe I should have done bad on purpose. I don't know.
Well, man, we talked about, you was talking about the track not slicking off in the qualifying and the heats. Finally started to see this track kind of change about halfway in that feature. Did the track do what you thought it would do, or was it a little slicker than expected?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of, I expected, even when it did slick off, I thought it wouldn't be terrible. And I think the bottom was still pretty good. I wasn't, you never know in that situation what the best line is, and you only have one chance. So,
well, man, you came into this event. I know it's a non-points race, but you came in here tied in the points lead with Matt Sanders. Next week, points racing back at it. Big blocks at Eldora. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm gonna have to. I've got work to do. That's Matt's car, but I think with some, think if I put the work in, I can give him a run.
AJ Renfro, 3rd place finisher here tonight at the All-Star Challenge presented by Joka Graphix. Congratulations, man.
Yep, thanks, man.
Solid day for AJ Renfro. Not a points day, though, but still nothing to hang his hat on. Well, the only Toyota in the field this week was Kinzer Chrisman. Kinzer in his 11X machine. Runner-up, man, the first 2 segments, I know you weren't happy with the first 2 segments of this, but a really good starting spot for segment 3, and he was able to bring it home in 2nd.
Yeah, the first 2 segments, the line was too much down around the bottom. No pass. Everyone's fighting for position, and you catch the berm, and you just fall completely off the pace, and it takes another lap to get up to momentum. But as soon as the track slicked off, it actually turned out pretty well, so can't complain.
Well, and we saw throughout the event some of the trucks were getting that inside curb, or I called it the inside cushion, that dirt pile right along the bottom. How much did that shake up the truck when you would catch that? We saw you hit that a couple of times. What kind of mess does that give you in this truck?
If you hit it with the wheel just right, or the tire just right, it's not too bad. But if you come across it with too much counter steer, you come across it too straight, it sends the car all out of place, and you got to get completely out of the throttle to catch it. So if you get the counter steer just right, it's not too bad. But if you get it wrong, it's completely unsettling and ruins the lap.
Well, man, I know you wish tonight was a points race because a 2nd place finish would have helped you a lot in the points, but we go back to points racing next week. Big blocks at Eldora. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm real excited for the back half of the schedule. A little bit more comfortable car and track combinations for me with some of the bigger tracks and just where the cars are running there. It'll be comforting as opposed to some of the smaller tracks we ran in the first half.
Well, man, congratulations. Great effort. Good way to finish off the All-Star event with a runner-up spot.
I appreciate that, man. Thanks.
Yeah, great run tonight for Kinzer Chrisman. Runner-up, he was able to make things happen. He was able to bring that truck home second off of a great restarting spot in that third segment. And a guy I know that I don't think he's going to be upset with the invert rule at all is our winner tonight, John Crooks, in that 62 truck out of Evansville, Indiana, the CMG FX Crooks Motorsports 62 machine. Man, a lot of people not really happy with the invert. Some people said they had a better chance if we hadn't inverted. I know you got to be kind of pleased that the inverted because that really puts you in the catbird seat coming down the stretch.
I like winning that way, but not what I had planned anyway, but it worked out, I guess.
Well, man, talk about this truck. We didn't really get to see a lot of this truck in the first two segments flex a lot of muscle, but once you got out front, I know we talk about on like asphalt tracks, clean air is key. Do you think that being out front in this event tonight, that was kind of a key to this truck running so good when it finally did get out front?
It's just really hard to pass on this track. It's kind of a one-way road there, and yeah, it's just was fortunate enough to not make any mistakes.
Well, man, congratulations on the win. Going to pick up that $20 check for winning the All-Star event here tonight. And congratulations. Maybe a little bit of momentum. Fourth in points when we go back points racing next week. Big block modifieds at Eldora. What's your thoughts on that?
I enjoy the big blocks. I hope that should be a fun one.
Well, congratulations, John. And big-time win tonight in the All-Star Challenge.
Alrighty.
There you go. Our winner tonight here from Knoxville, that is John Crooks. There you see that 62 machine setting on your screen. He took advantage of the whole invert deal, and with an all-star event, you know, the invert sometimes is good, sometimes is bad, and just happened to be tonight. For some drivers, it worked out that way. It was bad, and it was good. John Crooks is not going to complain. Let's wrap it up. Let's see our results tonight. Here from Knoxville Raceway, the Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. It looks like this. John Crooks picks up the win. Kinzer Chrisman gave him a run for his money there late in that event. A.J. Renfro third. Matt Sanders couldn't really rally from that deep starting spot in that last segment. He finishes fourth. Wesley Fuller had a solid run all night in a fast Ford F-150 for fifth. And Eric Andrews is going to round out the top six. That is the results. That is a wrap tonight. For everyone celebrating and watching with us on the Turn 3 Racing Network, we thank you so much for taking time with us on this Thursday night. We hope you enjoyed the first annual Joka Graphix All-Star Challenge. Until next time, that being next Thursday night when we fire up the bad boys, the beast from the Northeast, the Big Block Modifieds at Eldora, we hope you have a great, safe rest of your evening. And we hope to see you next time right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.